We are live. So welcome everybody to the Connect Ottawa keynote session, where we're going to be listening to Uncle Crypto Man Dan talking about cryptocurrency. And what I love about this is he's going to be keeping it simple. So for anyone that has wanted to learn more and understand this wonderful world of new, I guess, coin, this is a great opportunity to tune in. So what we're going to do first, for those that are new to Connect Ottawa, first of all, we are a Connect Ottawa business community and we invite people from all over. And I know we've got some people from out of town here today, including our speaker. And one of the things that we've done is we've taken this keynote session. So I'm going to share a few links in the chat of how you could be a keynote speaker by applying. Some of the options and services that we're offering now for our presenters, such as websites, landing pages, CRM, and digital assistant, just to help everyone with their business, because that's what we're all about. It's actually about bringing like minds together that are get to know, like, and trust each other, and share ways that we can help each other. And I'm always thrilled to say I'm part of like something new, because I've learned a lot being also a partner in unified remote work with artificial intelligence on my side, robotic process learning and machine learning, and applying all this. So it's been really exciting last two years, and I'm ready to come out of the closet and let us all think out of the box together. So on that note, Bernie, I saw you raise your eyes. We're going to go around the room and we're going to get everybody to do an introduction. So Tanya, if you don't mind, I'm going to start with you. And Tanya is one of our VIP members. And before she starts, actually every Thursday we get together at 12 o'clock. Now everybody can join us for that event. It's a little bit more conversation amongst us. And we have a couple short presentations during that. So on that note, Tanya, would you please take it away?
Well, I thank you, Margaret Ann. I'd just like to compliment you on your hair, and to say that you have, I remember last week complimenting you on the background, but now that I look at it, that is definitely a Toronto skyline. And this is Connect Ottawa. Just wanted to make that, dichotomy known.
Tanya, so, I'm just keeping you on your toes. Actually, okay, I'm going to share a little bit. Somebody made me the background and it was a video. So I took a cut and paste from it because I kind of look cool. And that's, you know what, Tanya, I love that about you because you're so observant. You don't want to play some of those games with her. She'd find where is Waldo right away.
There are some beautiful shots that you can take from the Ottawa River that have an Ottawa skyline. So I just encourage you to anyway. So my name is Tanya Hewitt. I have a consulting and training business called Beyond Safety Compliance, trying to get organizations to understand that compliance is not the end game. We need to just see it as a minimum bar, because there are values and ethics and relationships in the organizations that can bring organizations to a much higher degree than where they are presently, where you just see compliance as the end game. So that's me, Tanya Hewitt from Beyond Safety Compliance. How does your work look?
Perfect, thank you. And Anna, how about you today?
Well, hello everybody, nice to see you. And I recognize the Canada skyline as well, or Toronto skyline, because of the television tower in the background. Anyway, I am in acquisitions. I have a company called BFT Group, and I'm looking to acquire engineering manufacturing businesses, either in Canada or in the UK. So if you know anyone that could put me in contact with the business owners, I would love to have a conversation with them regarding their sale. They may want to retire or have other interests. We never know really what motivates people for selling their business when it's a successful one and stable. But if you know anyone that could bring me closer to that kind of venture, then that would be fantastic. And I'll drop all my details in here so we can connect on LinkedIn, and look forward to today's presentation. Right, thank you.
Perfect, thanks a lot, Anna. And how about you, Bernie?
Yeah, I wonder what I do for a living. I think I do those connections. So I'll rebroadcast my content. Plus, I've also included some upcoming events with Connect Ottawa. So I do business-to-business connections. Actually, more than that, people-to-people or resource-to-resource. and I try to find a good match for everybody. And that's a good example you'll see inside the Knack for Business podcast, which launched last week, and also the Property Wizard, which is about commercial real estate and getting involved in investing in that space. Unlike crypto, but like crypto, it's new to some, and it has a lot of interesting parts to it. Margaret Ann, over to you.
Perfect. Well, I've probably already had my space, but I help people to develop their business. So if you are ready to go to market, actually, I'm going to be speaking on that next Tuesday. You're looking for any way to connect with tools and technologies, and you're not sure what the next step is. That's a great referral, or someone to get in touch and reach out to me. And also with the launch of our new Connect Ottawa Academy, if you've got a great idea and you want to teach, if there's nothing better, you can, it's where an online course is not a course. Actually, an online course is a business opportunity. So if any of these things pique your interest, please reach out. Mansoor, I realize I forgot you. Can you, are you there? I'm not sure if you're on mute or if you're able to chat. Okay, nothing. And Mayank, great to have you. Okay, Mayank, do you want to give us a quick introduction before we get started?
It looks like nobody's interested in crypto coins or something. Anyway, so name's Mayank, as you can see on the tab. I'm a health coach running my own show. It's called MS Body Works. And what do I say? That's it.
Okay. And we always go, it is not quantity, it is quality. So I'm really excited. And actually, Bernie, I'm going to pass it over to you to introduce our dynamic keynote speaker today.
Certainly. So I'll ask everybody to mute up because we'll do questions and answers right after the presentation. And folks, let me introduce Dan Everett, CEO of Uncle Dan Consulting Inc. and Crypto Man Dan. And he's down in Las Vegas. He's 90-degree location there versus our 57, and I'm talking Fahrenheit, obviously. And what he does, he's a former instructor of Council of Financial Educators, a nonprofit org that was dedicated to helping educate the masses. He helps baby boomers and crypto-curious people navigate the space safely. His workshops provide insight and strategies. He's featured in many press publications, MSNBC, US News, and World Report, LA Weekly, Sacramento Bee, and so forth. He's also the author of 20 Stupid Mistakes Parents Make when applying for college. He also has a book coming out soon about 10 stupid mistakes newbies make when getting into crypto. And I'm going to stop there. Dan, the thunder's over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Bernie. I want to say thanks for having me speak here at your group. And a little bit on my background is I've been helping families in different financial things for the last, God, I hate to say it, 40 plus years. And my story in crypto is I got into crypto about 3 years ago and, got scammed my first year out, got scammed a couple of times. But I learned the business. I didn't just give up. And so as I got on, I kind of noticed that on every Zoom I was on, I'm the oldest person usually on the Zoom when it comes to anything with cryptocurrency. So as time went on, I really learned the business. And, I'm not a trader, I'm a hodler. So I don't teach people how to trade. But I thought about it and I decided, there's nobody really speaking to, the people that are not that familiar with crypto or the baby boomer generation. And I say, 50 plus because, a lot of the younger generation is very familiar with it. They can navigate the space fine. But, a lot of people want to learn, but, a lot of times the speakers speak right over their heads and they have no idea what the heck they're talking about. So I made it into a business and as well as a couple of other businesses that I do. And that's why I started Uncle Dan Consulting and ran across Bernie. We were introduced by someone and here I am. So Bernie, how much time do I have?
Oh, Dan, you got another 30 minutes of airtime if you like.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna get through this relatively quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. There we go. And all right, let me put this on from beginning. There we go. Can you see my screen okay? You okay? Okay, great. Okay. I forgot you guys are on mute. Anyway, this is just an introduction to to what's happening in the world today. And unfortunately, we're right now in what's called a bear market in crypto. But you know what? The bear market, it means that there's big opportunities when there's a bear market. Right now, all the rich are purchasing crypto. I mean, just left and right. I mean, it's a large amount of really savvy investors are buying or actually purchasing different coins. I spoke earlier about, I used to teach different financial courses through a nonprofit organization called Council of Financial Educators. But I always have to give a disclaimer, and 1 second here, that we are not financial advisors. Buying and trading cryptocurrency is highly volatile, which carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade cryptocurrency, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment. Therefore, you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with cryptocurrency and trading, and seek advice from independent financial advisors. Any opinions, news, research, analysis, prices of any information contained in this discussion is general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. We will not accept liability for any loss or profit which may arise directly or indirectly from the use of or reliance on such information. All opinions expressed here are owned by the respective writers and should never be considered as financial advice, designed more for educational purposes. Now, let's talk really quickly about what happened since we've been on this earth. And we've gone from a barter system and over to gold, over to precious metals, and then we eventually evolved into paper money. Now, as you know, digital currency is, you're participating in digital currency, whether you know it or not, using credit cards and debit cards. Now, a lot of money is being transferred electronically. And then there we go with cryptocurrency. You see the big B over there. That stands for Bitcoin, okay? If you're not familiar, most people have heard of Bitcoin. But let's talk about your dollar. I'm not sure what it's like in Canada, but I can tell you this. The dollar has been dying for many, many years. And as the different countries around the world keep just printing money, it's causing inflation, and it's causing, a lot of people think we're in a recession right now. I think it's going to get much, much, much worse. Back in 1971 is when Richard Nixon closed the backing of gold against currencies. And so things, they just can print money whenever they want to, but there are consequences to that. Let's talk about Bitcoin real quick. Bitcoin is basically the first cryptocurrency. I personally am not a big fan of Bitcoin, because I don't particularly think that it has very much what's called use case, or what does it do. It happens to be the first, and it's the name of the first one with the name, so people know when they hear that. They don't exactly know what it is, but so Satoshi Nakamoto, most people think this was a group of developers who actually developed this, and it was done out of the crash of 2008, 2009. The banks were going upside down, governments were losing control. And so whoever the developers were, decided to come up with a alternative system of money. Now, again, these are terms that you know, but one of the terms that you awesome as a baby boomer myself, the first 6 months when I was in crypto, I kept hearing the word fiat currency. Well, actually fiat, not currency. And I couldn't figure out, I thought, what does an Italian sports car have to do with crypto? Come to find out, just so you know, I'm very transparent, by the way. But fiat currency basically is the currency of the world. And so, like, whether you are in, the United States, or you are in Mexico, whatever the currency of that particular country is, that's fiat currency. That's their money. So again, just to give you a little heads up, there's commodity currencies, Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, all these different terms that, people are like, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Now, I'm not going to go into each one of those, but, like altcoins, as an example, I'll go on that in a few minutes. So I have a slide on that. Blockchain is how the actual cryptocurrencies are actually, made, processed, and, it's not an actual physical coin. But I'll go through this stuff in a minute for you. But what is crypto? What is Bitcoin? It's considered a cryptocurrency because it's military grade cryptography, which means it is just about impossible to hack. And so Bitcoin processing is conducted through a private network of computers, and every transaction is recorded in public records known as the blockchain. That's where everything is confirmed. Whenever you're making a transaction, it has to be confirmed through the blockchain. And again, new Bitcoins are generated by Bitcoin miners, which I'll go into in a second. But pretty much, to break it down on a simple term, just imagine if you guys are up there, football. If you know football, just imagine all these football players on the field. Well, just turn those into computers. You got all these computer programmers that are on that field, and what they're basically doing is they call that the blockchain. And what they're doing is it's a maze of computers that is going through step A through Z, and that's why I say it's almost impossible to hack. And at the end, it produces a cryptocurrency once it goes through all the maze of computers. So I tell people, don't really get where you don't understand it. You just don't want to embrace it. You need to embrace it, because all the governments around the world, all the financial institutions around the world are all going to this blockchain technology. Versus, a lot of people think the internet is going to go because blockchain technology does things in a lot better, more efficient manner. I'm sure most entrepreneurs know Robert Kiyosaki. Robert says that cryptocurrency has revolutionized money to be borderless. Some cryptocurrencies will be worth more than all the Western money and the US dollar combined. And so again, I tell people, learn about it. You don't have to jump in, with $1 zillion in crypto, but just do your due diligence first and learn about it, because it's not going away. And what's going to happen, and we call it in the industry, the big reset is coming. And you're going to wake up one day and these governments around the world are going to say, hey, no more fiat money, no more paper money. And everything is going to be doing in digital currencies or cryptocurrencies. So again, I'm not going to get technical and going through mining, but mining is it's a way to basically not print, but to make Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. These guys are I call them computer geniuses. You don't have to be a genius, but you have to know what you're doing in order to mine. So you can basically mine and create Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. But as you see, take a look at the illustration there. I mean, that's why you hear a lot about the energy that's produced for Bitcoin miners. You see those huge computers, because they use a lot of electricity while they're doing the mining or making of the cryptocurrency. So like some countries actually are starting to outlaw. China, I think they outlawed or they stopped the majority of crypto mining in that country. So don't worry about the technical stuff about how to make it. It's just like how do they make a dollar? How do they make the Canadian dollar? Just it's there. It's not going anywhere. What you really need to know is the centralized versus decentralized. Now, the great thing about crypto is it is decentralized. Now, we are currently on a system that is centralized, where the banks control everything. They know all your business. Hacks and server downtimes happen all the time. Your bank, your government, they know everything you got. That's why if you've ever been through an audit by, I don't know what they call it in Canada, but here in the US, it's the IRS, they just go look at your bank account and they can tell everything that you've done. Now, the beautiful thing about cryptocurrency is it's decentralized. You control your own money. You are your own bank. It is anonymous. And there's very few hacks or server downtime. Now, some exchanges have been hacked, and overall, the actual system has not been hacked. Now, How long is this going to last like this? I don't think very long, because in order for this really to go mainstream, there's going to be regulations. Why do you think all of these governments are getting involved now? First of all, they're telling you that, whatever reasons that they want to get involved, but bottom line, it's money. They want their tax money. And so that's why in the US, just particularly, everyone is waiting for legislation to come through. The Bitcoin or the crypto people that are really into decentralized, or oh, that's the reason we did this, so governments would be involved, but they're going to be involved. They're already involved. So you might as well get used to it. Now, altcoins, when you hear the word altcoin, all that means is every other coin except Bitcoin. There are over 20,000 cryptocurrencies right now, different coins. Remember, they're not a physical coin, they're mined. So again, if you have Ethereum, XRP, all of these different coins that you may be hearing about, those are all altcoins. Okay, that's all that means. It's really, really simple. So again, the beautiful thing about it is currently, it is decentralized. So the governments really don't have a handle on what you're doing right now. Now, I'm 65 years old, so I've been through government audits, so on and so forth. And I'm a big believer in paying what you owe on your taxes. So as a result, I'm very transparent, but a lot of the people who are in crypto, are, hiding what they got. But, I got news for those guys. When they do get, if they do that and, they avoid paying or claiming what they have, it could be some serious problems down the road. And I'm too old to deal with problems personally. So just want you to understand, personally, I tell people, look, pay your taxes. You pay taxes on everything else. Might as well pay them here and be done with it. So again, how does it work? You've got your consumer with your whatever your personal investment. If you were to get into this, you would go and you would connect, or you would sign up with a wallet or an exchange. And once you want to purchase cryptocurrency, then it goes through in the middle there. That's the blockchain. And then wherever you're sending your money, that's going to end up into a different wallet or a different exchange on the other end. It can be anywhere from minutes to an hour. I've seen some cryptos when you send it have taken, hours, but most of them are pretty quick now. And then you can also transfer crypto from one person to another. Just depending on, just as long as you understand that person's address. But again, you got to be very careful for those who are getting into crypto, because in the last 12 months, people who are relatively new to crypto, they've been scammed out of $1 billion. And that's another reason why I decided to kind of step it up and kind of coach people one-on-one. Because I hate to see anybody get scammed. These people, are just have no integrity, no ethics whatsoever. And, their whole game is to just, get people that are new to crypto, and, there are different things that they'll throw at you. And if you don't know, it's very easy to get scammed. Now, this is, I don't know if any of you guys ever followed Raul Paul. He was one of the biggest money managers ever. And if you don't, look him up online. His name is Raoul. I listen to his podcast almost daily. And this guy is he's deal with trillions of dollars. What he says is cryptocurrency is the fastest adoption of any technology in recorded history. From 1990 to 2000, the internet adoption was 63% per year. In 2021, there were 140 million crypto users, growing at a rate of 113% per year, double the speed of the internet. Growing exponentially by 2024, there will be 1 billion users, an increase of 214%. He also says that crypto is the biggest opportunity to make money in history. And so I know personally, like as I talk about what I do, I'm not telling you what to do, but I know personally the things that I have done my due diligence on. There's a very good chance that my kids and my grandkids will never have to work again once the market turns from a bear market back to a bull market. So again, as you guys know, I also put this, right now, when I say we are in the biggest wealth transfer in history, it's due to, when I say the decline of the dollar, I'm talking about decline of fiat currency all around the world. That's why these countries are in trouble. They know it. They're not putting it out to the public because they don't want to scare you guys. But one day, you know, many countries around the world, they're going to wake up. Their citizens are going to say there's not going to be any fiat money, any paper money anymore. Everything is going to be digital or cryptocurrency. That's the way the world is going. The banks, the media doesn't want to tell you that because they don't want to scare people. And people who are not familiar with it are going to get hurt. So I'm on a more of a broader mission just to kind of educate people to embrace it, not to be scared of it, because I don't want to see anyone get hurt financially down the road. And unfortunately, there, you know, people in the industry or in the know that you're going to see big protests against governments around the world. Watch what's going to happen in the next 2-3 years, and just remember this workshop that I'm giving you. But you know what I want you also to understand is, again, embrace it. Crypto education is important. The incoming mayor of New York is they're gonna be teaching that in all the schools in the city of New York. That's just a little bit of a clue for you. Now, a huge clue is Walmart. You know, I was in Southern California yesterday going to take a look at a technology that helps people who have a hard time sleeping. So I had to get some gas, walked into the Chevron station. What is the first thing that I saw? I saw a Bitcoin ATM machine. I was like, holy smokes. And this is like out where a bunch of factories are. It just kind of, I was like, holy smoke, this thing is already happening. But you know, when the big boys like Walmart get involved, BlackRock, they just partnered with, BlackRock is you know, a conglomerate of a financial conglomerate. They just partnered with Coinbase. They're going to open it up to all of their customers. So again, they're already doing this behind the scenes. So that's why you guys need to get educated on this. The United States, that's Jerome Powell. The United States is already working on plans for their own digital dollar, because they know that with the deficits that are going on here in the US, that there is no way that this continue probably in the next few years. They're going to turn off. People are going to wake up and they're going to be shocked, because everything is going to be in the digital space. And who's it going to hurt? The average person is who it's going to hurt. So again, you know, when you hear that the Goldman Sachs and all the big financial institutions are now getting into crypto, and that's just a little clue. But again, you're not hearing this on mainstream news because they really don't want to scare people. But again, JP Morgan, that company is getting heavily involved. Matter of fact, if you have a portfolio of over 250,000, I was reading an article that said that they've already been, each one that has a portfolio that size has been already assigned a crypto expert to help them, you know, as part of their portfolio. So again, the rich get richer. The average, you know, we just sit around and, oh, crypto is down. I'm not going to do that. Crypto, that's a huge mistake. There's a different type of bull run going on. Well, it was a bull run. Now it's a bear run. It's going the other way. But still, all of these companies are involved in crypto. And this is a little bit of a clue. If they're teaching crypto at Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and MIT, you think it's going anywhere? I got news for you. It's not. So again, it is happening. Now, one thing I do want you to understand is, as the average person who wants to get into it, you don't have to be a computer whiz. If Uncle Crypto Man Dan can do crypto, anybody can do crypto. Now, I put in my lumps and I put in my time, but you know, once you have some, you know, if you want to get into it and you do your due diligence, I generally tell people, look, reach out to somebody that's in crypto if you need it, somebody that you trust, because you will have people coming at you in crypto when you're new. And that sound great, invest in this, invest in that, invest in that. I would say probably 95% of the time they're scammers. So just be very, very careful. never divulge your private information, your private keys. Mr. Buffett used to be a big critic of crypto. But Mr. Buffett just invested in one of the biggest companies and banks in Brazil that does cryptocurrency. But he, 2 years ago, he was railing against it. Oh, it's a scam. It's not going to work. Da, da, da. But again, as time goes on, he's divested. Between us, he's divested quite a bit of his money that he had in the banking industry. And a lot of it is going into, I know he's big on gold as well. So precious metals, that's also an alternative for a lot of people. So again, if you're going to get in this, don't mistake investing with gambling, because it's two different things. You have to take this like you're doing any other business. Do your due diligence, study it, find out, ask questions, get involved, because it's your money. But I'm just telling you, get involved, because it's not going anywhere. Things are going mainstream. It's an opportunity to change your financial future. And I'm talking, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but by 2025, just watch what happens. That's all I'm telling you. I can't tell you what to do, but this is something that, again, it's right at your fingertips. Embrace it. Now, just real quick, I'm going to go over crypto exchanges. I just added CoinSmart and BitBoy because they are two of the largest exchanges. Remember, exchanges are where you sign up, you provide your information, your debit card, and that's where you purchase crypto. So the two biggest in Canada are CoinSmart and BitBuy. But also you have access to CoinbaseCrypto.com. Clever is a kind of an off the radar. So is CoinZoom exchange. But again, just make sure when you do this, you never share your information with anyone except for your spouse. Okay? Because I was talking to a friend of mine that has a really good friend, and his really good friend had a heart attack and died in January, had millions of dollars in Bitcoin, and the wife is stuck. He never shared his username, password information with his wife. And she is struggling right now. He's got millions of dollars just because he didn't want to share it with his spouse. Always share the information, but it has to be someone that you love, because if something that happens to you, crypto is different. It's not like, hey, what's my username and my password? They're not going to say, here you go. They're going to ask you for, what's your private keys? What's this? What's that? You have to verify it. And if you're not there to verify it and you don't know that information, guess what happens to your money? I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard of several stories of people who can't find their username and password. There was a couple in New York City that has about $5 or $6 million in crypto. They can't find it. They can't find you got to write this stuff down, okay? Securely, and share it with the one you really trust and love. So again, it's going to be happening as we go along. It's not going anywhere. So, but I'm big on security. You need to really take the time. There are things like Google Authenticator, which is a secure system that kind of rotates numbers so that, every time you do a transaction, you go in there, you got 30 seconds before those numbers turn to a different number, and you have to put those numbers before you transfer money. That's just an example. Now, I'm going to tell you guys about something that you don't probably know about. I want you to Google this. This is ISO 20022. And you're going to see different, different explanations of what it is. But basically, just take it like this. If you are in traveling in Europe, someone, stole your purse or all your ID, and you went to get some money wired to you. In the current system that they have, every country in the world has a different messaging system. That's why it takes sometimes 3 days, 2 days to get money sent to you around the world. Well, all of that is changing. And ISO 20022, make sure you guys write that down. I want you to just Google it and find out what it is. And bottom line, in layman terms, it's a messaging system that all the banking institutions and financial institutions around the world will be joining between November of this year, 2022, and November of 2025. And what will happen is, instead of you waiting 2 or 3 days, the financial institutions that are participating in this are going to be using crypto technology in order to make your cross-border transactions, which can now be done in seconds. Yes, from days to seconds. Okay. Now, I want you to also, well, if you just reach out to me, I'll give you my information. There are, I think, 5 compliant cryptos that, put it like this in layman's terms, that are already compliant, that have the railways that can move money from Bank of China to Bank of America, Bank of Canada to Bank of Mexico, Bank of England to, Bank of Russia. Not that that's going to happen, but so on and so forth. You guys get what I'm talking about? And it's all going to be because of this messaging system now. Now, these coins that are tied to this, or that which are the railways, these are coins that are going to be used by the financial institutions in the banking industry. What do you think is going to happen to the value of those coins? By the way, most of those coins right now are under $1. Some of them are under 10 cents. So just a little clue, you might want to do your research on some of that. I know I've done mine, and, but I want everybody to win. That's my thing. So that being the case, I just want to throw that tidbit out there, because a lot of people, even people that are in crypto, don't even know what this is. But you guys, because you guys took the time to be on this today, I'm throwing out a nugget that can change your grandkids' lives. It's a nugget, do your due diligence, do what you want to do. And pretty much that is my presentation for today. Now, if any of you want to reach out to me, this is my information. You take a screenshot of that. I'm transparent, I'm old school, and I actually pick up the phone and I actually talk to people. I do crypto consulting. I charge $200 an hour to set people up right so that they know how to do this correctly. I'm not here to sell any services, but I just want you to know what I want to do. You can do whatever you want. You actually can do a lot of this stuff on your own. But if you want to work with an expert to help you do this, that's fine. I'm not here to sell you anything, because you can do this on your own. But my whole thing is, if you do this on your own, do your due diligence, be safe, do everything that you can, get all the information that you can about it, educate yourself, because like I said, I didn't go into much about, the deficit. The deficit is around $32 trillion here in the US. I know because I used to do financial presentations. I was a financial consultant for many years. When the government hits, I think it's $52 or $53 trillion, the government goes into bankruptcy. So that's a clue. So anyway, this is my information. I'm going to stop share right now, and I am going to take any questions that you guys may have. I want to say thank you, Bernie, for having me share this information with you guys today. And here we go. Stop share. There we go.
Dan, thank you so much. That actually, it expanded my knowledge base more so. I thought I had a sense of it, but now I even have a deeper sense of it.
And Bernie, the one thing that, if you look at crypto as if crypto is, look at it like it's a software, is what it is. It's just technology that's better and more efficient than the technology that they have out there right now. That's all it is. If you look at it like that, it gives you a little different perspective on what, because a lot of people are, what is this coin stuff? What is it? Man, the whole world is changing when it comes to technology. So that, if you just kind of like take that in your purview and just say, hey, this is technology, and what does it do? Now, just real quick, just 1 minute. What I do when I am purchasing crypto personally, I look for, there's something called use case. What does this crypto do? So I look and say, okay, what are they doing like right now? And okay, there's a new technology of crypto. When I say technology, crypto, same thing. What is it going to do? And how is that going to make it better than what they're currently using right now? So if you use that as insight of what the cryptos that you may purchase and say, okay, this is doing this and this is doing this, it's like we're going from, you know, from you know, say down on the scale of Z, now we're going to be on A. Man, that's potential to be life-changing for your families if you can figure that question out. So there we go.
So
Anna,
is
go ahead.
okay.
No, go ahead.
Are you talking to Anna or me?
You fired
Okay.
up. I
Anyway,
thought Anna was,
okay. So Dan, thanks a lot. I thought that was excellent. I
Thank
still
you.
have a few questions though. So I'm understanding, you know, it would be great to hire an expert like yourself. Okay, I don't know, maybe I should already know this, but I'm thinking, is this kind of like, you know, we have financial advisors where we invest our money into something. So by taking your course or you leading us by the hand, we learn how you, like, I still don't, okay, yes, crypto, yes, it's this way, yes, it's this way. How do you make money off of it? It's by understanding where to invest?
Yeah, per se. And then again, I'm not a financial advisor. You know, some financial advisors know. I teach financial advisors.
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of them don't know about a lot about crypto.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but it's just supply and demand. Is the crypto, the value of what that particular crypto is doing, and the word gets out because you know there are billionaires now that are getting into crypto. So the more that they put into a specific project, the more that coin is going to increase. Now, but you got to be careful because there's something in the industry that's called pump and dump, where a lot of these you know mega billion millionaires, what they'll do is they'll artificially inflate a coin. Like you guys remember Dogecoin? You heard of that? Dogecoin was Dogecoin has been around for 7 years, and about a year ago. It started getting a little mainstream with like actors and people of influence and billionaires. And it was around a penny. And that's where all those people bought, right? It went all the way up to like 55, 57 cents. So if you had, you know, a lot of money into that, when it pumped up that high, then what they did is when it hit mainstream, right? You know, everybody knew Dogecoin. Oh yeah, I'm going to get some Dogecoin. You know, they say that, you know, once it hits the media, then it's time for you to exit stage left. So it hits the media, it hits all these people start buying it as it starts increasing up 25, 30, 35, 45. Well, the you know, the so-called investors, a lot of the major investors, when it hit a certain point, then what do? Then they sell it. So then all the average people like me and you, oh yeah, this is going to keep, we all think it's going to keep going forever. They sell it around maybe 50 cents. And guess what happened? The coin goes the other direction. So a bunch of average people lost a lot of money. So that's what you got to be kind of aware of. And that's why I tell people, do your due diligence. There is if you guys want to write this down, there is a crypto expert that I follow. I love this. She's out of Japan. Her name is Crypto Eri, E-R-I. And she just did a, matter of fact, if you just email me, she just did a like 10-step of what you need to look for in a company if you're going to invest in crypto. It was really good. I was like, oh, wow, this is awesome. I just didn't have time. I was going to add some to the PowerPoint, but I just didn't have time. I was running around. But it's something you should take. I follow her. Follow, if you want to ever do this, just go on YouTube and follow. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of XRP, and I'm not endorsing it, but I'm just telling you XRP is it's going to be the banking coin of the world.
Oh my gosh, I've got so many things to go follow, Dan. Jeepers.
Yeah, I'm just saying, do your due diligence. XRP is a coin that.
Okay, so Dan, I want to come to your business then. So you share some great information. I've got a ton of questions still, or just like you've got the wheels turning, thinking it might be more like penny stock. I've never played the stock market. It sounds scary. I mean, anytime I invested, I lost everything. So of course, that's just me. I'm speaking on behalf of myself. Do you have, like, I know you said you offer a consultant fee for an hour, $200 or whatever. Do you have a membership or a group where everybody gets together, you know, once a month and
you know what? I'm heading that direction.
Oh,
I am, because I didn't do this to make money. I did this because as I got more and more into crypto, I just found that there weren't that many people that are really, you know, catering to my generation.
Right.
And so I was just, I would just, hey, I'll do what I just did for you, but I just do it. I wasn't asking for nothing. I'm not doing any consulting, nothing. I just do it because I didn't want people to get involved with this and lose money. And so, like I said, I just started the consulting probably 3 months ago. And because people kept asking me, and I tell them straight, I don't teach you how to trade. I will refer you to different organizations or, you know, like groups that's their specialty. I don't do that. There's different laws and things like that. You can't. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not licensed to do that. But what I can do is, if people want to know what I'm doing, I will show them what I'm doing. But they're under, you know, no
obligation. And
no
you're right.
obligation.
You really have to protect yourself today. So I totally get that, because if somebody said, well, Dan told me this and I lost that, and like comes back, and you totally understand. You've been nothing but transparent, Dan, about the fact that, you know, this is you saw a gap and you're just out there sharing what your experience, your education. You got burned a few times. You're going, yeah, you know what? This is how I can help you. Take that, maybe take us by the hand and say, if you're interested, you know, if this is a time.
Yeah, I'm going to put together a course and all the other stuff that you're talking about, but, you know, I haven't. I'm just I'm very transparent, and I'm just trying to help people.
No, it's great. So anybody else got questions there?
No, I just got a comment. It's for me, cryptocurrencies is basically just the same as investing in any kind of stock. You have to do the same kind of due diligence. It's just arising from another source than what we're used to. So it is very good. But, and the trouble you mentioned with entering in a bull market for some very wealthy people, and then you go into a bull market, and then the price starts dropping because they drop a lot of the currencies in one go in a sale. That's the same that happens in ordinary stock markets. It's one of the reasons why the wealthy is wealthier than the rest of us, because we only ever get the lower margins on all deals. And often these the wealthy people that are investing are getting notified whenever there is a good opportunity somewhere that can give them these 55 times or however many times they can get out of investing in some sort. But it's very important to actually consider it the same way as any other investment, with the same clarity. And I think you've done a good job actually saying what it is, so you are getting more familiar with it as an asset, as a potential investment area. So
I believe it should be part of everybody's portfolio.
It needs to be. It needs to be.
Yeah, just a part of it. You know, I tell, you know, just whatever, just get your feet wet. You know, and I tell people, just get your feet wet with it, and don't go crazy with it. You know, throw your life savings in this stuff, but just kind of.
Well, how much is the minimum? How much do you think people can get how much does it cost for people to start getting their feet wet, Dan?
I would say you can get your feet wet with $50.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, $100, 50. I mean, you can buy coins for $10 worth of coins if you wanted to, or less. You know, whatever someone's comfort level is, that's what they do. I never tell anybody to, you know, spend it just needs to be part of what you're doing.
Okay. Unless the investment portal actually dictates how much you must invest minimum.
Correct.
They sometimes have a minimum level.
Yeah, some of the exchanges do. That's absolutely correct. But I can tell you this: the pricing for cryptocurrencies right now, because we're in the bear market, you will probably never see the prices that you can buy some cryptocurrencies right now ever again in your lifetime.
And you know what? That's crazy when you're sharing numbers, because they're already they just seem very significant already. So still, this is a great time, eh?
Yeah, timing is everything.
Okay. Well,
So
Dan,
Uncle Chris,
I want to thank you so
Crypto,
much.
can I just interrupt?
Oh, sure.
You brushed on it, but I think it's really important to talk about the right now. I think the Western world anyway, is more aware of the importance of energy considerations than we've ever been before. Germany, I think, is more into this than anybody else. And when I could give you stories on the energy consumption of the cryptocurrency mining. I mean, Ontario was going to electric vehicles. We know that the infrastructure isn't there to be able to sustain this by 2035, but that activity is not even included, I think, in a lot of the estimates that I've seen on electric vehicles. And I think people want to eat and, and be heated and things like this as well, making money is one thing, but there's all this other basic stuff too. And I'm just wondering if you could address a little bit about the energy considerations of all of this mining. It's
very detrimental to countries around the world because, like you said, these energy grids, so on and so forth, they're already under stress, and Bitcoin in particular uses a lot of energy. That's why, a lot of countries are banning it. Now, that's another thing, when I say do your due diligence, there are a lot of cryptos out there that hardly use any energy and that are like the opposite of Bitcoin. So that being the case, everything, that here in the US, the president signed a new carbon friendly bill when it comes to energy. And so that is sort of where everything is going. There are different technologies that are carbon negative. To give you an example, I have a business partner that had partnered with a company in South Africa where waste of any type of fiber, that is not good for the for the environment. Well, they got a technology that here in the US and Canada, people don't hardly know about, that will take that waste now and make 500 carbon negative products that'll go out there. So things are happening because people are more aware of it. So I applaud you for bringing that up, Tanya, because people need to be aware of all that kind of stuff, because we just live our daily lives and forget about things like that. So.
Okay, so not that I want to talk, but we're 2:00. We normally wrap up at that time. Dan, okay. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. It was awesome. Okay, so we've all got your contact information. I know I'm connected on LinkedIn. Did you put your LinkedIn, or do you connect with people on LinkedIn as well?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we're connected. Yes.
Cool. Because I'd like to chat. I like to chat with you. I'm thinking about a little group thing. Because yeah,
cool.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, hey, that's what I like, to have fun every day.
And you sound like fun. I like to be.
I have fun. I like to laugh. I'm sorry, man. I'm semi-retired, right? So I just have a good time every day. That's the only people I surround myself with.
I love it.
People with integrity that like to laugh, that's Uncle Dan right there.
Okay, there you go. That's what his life is about, right?
That's it.
So guys, in the chat, I did put Thursday's VIP is at 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and that's our new landing page. So we're up doing a little bit more upbeat, having one page for people to go, so you can check that out. Tuesday. Oh, who's speaking Tuesday, Bernie?
Well, so Margaret Ann, to make life simple and smooth. Folks, if you look at the Tuesday event, if you click the Zoom link, you can already pre-register. And the person that's going to be actually speaking is the person I will be introducing, and she's on here, and she is the host with the most. So just as a sidebar, and she's talking about the 5 steps to go to market with your business. And that's kind of what she's talking about. And Dan, thank you so much. I'll be in touch. Das ist sehr gut. That's the German part. And Tanya, you know what? That's a really interesting point of view about electricity. and consumption. And it's one of the awesome reasons, being connected with you. You bring up the stuff that's left field because we're not pinched by electricity. UK, South Africa, or they have they have phase power drops, right? And it's interesting having a chat with someone in South Africa saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, my power is dropping right now. My battery is going," and that's a new reality for some, right? So
true.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So we'll love yous and leave you. Thank you for joining us today, and hopefully we'll see you Thursday or next Tuesday. Take care. Thanks again, Dan. Bye-bye.